Check. Welcome to Pinelands Regional High School Wildcat football. It's our Thanksgiving Day game on Wednesday, the day before. Coin toss is going on right now with the senior class for both schools out at midfield. Both teams 4-5 this year. One of the best records that Pinelands had in a while. Lost a tough one last week to Steiner in one of the consolation games. Lost 35-28 in overtime. Pinelands coached by Brian Wilkinson. And the Bengals, Barnegat, coached by Rob Davis. Right now, waiting on the coin toss, and then we will have the national anthem played by the Pinelands Regional Pep Band. So Barnegat will kick off, and the Wildcats will receive.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, yes, everyone, please rise and move your caps as the Pinelands Pep Band pays tribute to America by playing Star Spangled Banner.
Tonight's game, retired Neil Mosca, linesman John Sheese, line judge Anthony Mosca, side judge Andrew Rosenblum, field judge Tom Barlow, and up here in the booth, the clock operator, Tom Sergott. Up here in the booth on top of the press box is Sammy Moore working the switcher, and Kenny McKelvey on camera. Back deep for the Wildcats will be Evan Burton, Brennan Richardson, and J.D. Harrison. Kicking off is going to be Connor Lutzenberger. Lutzenberger also quarterback. It's going to be a line drive kick. Will be Evan Burton. Evan up the middle. Going to bring it out just past the 25-yard line. It's going to be spotted at the 26. Go to Wildcats. 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line. Kyle O'Hara, Brennan Richardson, Garrett Brown at quarterback. Brown calls his own number. He's going to pick up maybe a half a yard. It's going to be second down and 10. Decker on the tackle for Barnegat. Want to welcome all our viewers that are watching live. We're streaming this live across South Jersey. Hand off to Burton. Burton's going to pick up maybe 5. They'll bring up a 3rd and 5 for the Wildcats.
Good for a gain of 5. We're going to 3rd and 5 for the Wildcats.
Garrett Brown under center. Hands off to Richardson again. He's going to get hit at the line.
Brought down by Becker. They're on 4th and 3. Ball at the 34-yard line.
It's going to be tackled by Eric Becker. They'll bring up 4th and a long 2. Looks like they're going to go for it. It's a beautiful, crisp night out here in Little Egg Harbor. Fourth and 2. Timeout, Wildcats. Coach Wilkinson calls a timeout. We have 9:43 to go in the first quarter. Press box announcer Joe Adelizi lets us know it's 32 degrees here in Little Egg, but it's probably 82 in Boca Raton right now. Or Jensen Beach. Sammy, my weather girl, my meteorologist. Still no score with 9:43 to go in the first quarter. Wildcats are going for it on 4th down. They're at their own 34-yard line. Hand off to Richardson. Gets tripped up. It's going to be close. Let's see where it lands. I think he's going to be about a half a yard short. They call first down for the Wildcats. Ball spotted at the 36-yard line of the Wildcats. Fumbled it on the ground. Brennan Richardson picks it up. He's going to pick up maybe 2. Going to bring up a 2nd and 7 for the Wildcats. The center, Robbie Hart. Garrett Brown under center. Handoff to Evan Burton. Burton's going to pick up maybe 5. Up a 3rd and 1 for Pinelands. Ball spotted just shy of the 45-yard line. Kyle Harrer with a big game down inside the 15-yard line. A 45-yard run. Harrer down outside the 10 at the 12-yard line. It's going to be on 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. It's like Burton again on the carry. Burton picks up 2. Another quick gets down inside the 5. Picks up another 5. It's going to bring up 3rd and a long 2. So the Wildcats can get a 1st down without scoring. They got to get inside the 3-yard line. Ball spotted at the 5. They need to get to the 3 for a 1st down. $6:52 left in the 1st quarter. Handoff to Burton. Burton up the middle. Stays on his feet. Going to drive in. Touchdown, Evan Burton. So Burton scores from 5 yards out. Extra point is up. And it's good. So it's 6:40 to go. So it's 6:40 to go. Wildcats are up by 7 on a 5-yard touchdown run by Evan Burton. And there's our Wildcat cheerleaders. We just qualified to go down to Orlando for the national cheerleading competition. So tonight will be kicking off for the Wildcats. McColt back deep for the Bengals. It's going to be a squib kick around the 30. Ball still loose. Let's see who finally fell on it. There'll be a Bengal player. Looks like number 8. Kirsten McColt for the Bengals. So the Bengals will take over possession, their first possession on their own 26-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Wildcats up 7-0. 6:34 in the first quarter. Lustenberger's going to take the ball himself. He's going to hit hard by Robbie Eagle. Brings up a 2nd and 9. Lustenberger, a senior, 6 foot, 183 pounds. Back deep to pass. Intended for number 8. Kirsten Bacult. It's going to be overthrown, incomplete. It'll bring up a 3rd and 9. Ball spotted at the 27 of Barnegat. Got 2 receivers split to the far side, 2 receivers split to the near side. Lustenberger sprints left. Pass intended for Dupreem Holland, just off his fingertips. It's going to bring up a 4th down for Barnegat. Got 5:44 to go in the first quarter. Brendan Richardson will be back deep for the Wildcats. It looks like Barnegat's going to go for it on 4th down. Unless they try to quick kick, but it looks like they're going for it. We have a 4th and 9. It's going to be a quick kick. It's going to be Barnegat bounce. We have a flag down on the play. Ball spotted in the Wildcat end of the field at the 44-yard line.
I have one over here. Thank you.
Mom said fine.
Flag was against the Wildcats. It was a sidelines warning. We got Hara, Richardson, and Burton in the backfield. Hand off to Farrell. Farrell up the middle. Farrell still on his feet. Finally brought down by number 63, Brian Madge. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 3. Ball's at midfield. Hand off to Hara again up the middle. Hara's going to get stacked up. We have a late flag on the play. Excuse me, Farrell on the carry, not Hara. He took a shot to the helmet. It's a personal foul face mask against Barnegat. You saw what happened at the very end of the play. He lunged over a pile, and I don't think it was on purpose. It was an inadvertent face mask, but you saw his head snap back. So with 4:49 to go in the first quarter, the Wildcats up by 7 for Barnegat. So the ball spotted inside Barnegat's 35-yard line. Hand off to Farrell again. Farrell picks up 5. It's senior night, so Farrell's getting the ball, and he's doing everything he can with it. Farrell just will not go down tonight. Ball is inside the 30-yard line. Farrell picks up 9 on the carry. Burton on the carry, around the right side. Burton's going to pick up 6 on the play. Wildcats right down on the ball. Over to Brennan Richardson. Richardson picks up maybe 2. We have a flag on the play. Let's see what the flag is.
Flag on the play.
Shake it off, Cat! Come on, Cat! Come on, Cat!
It's a 10-yard penalty. I'm not sure what the penalty was. Ball spotted at the 25. Hand off to Richardson. Richardson, touchdown! 26-yard touchdown run. Brennan Richardson. With 3:04 to go, it puts the Wildcats up 13-0. Kick is up. Janot's kick is good. So the Wildcats with 3:04 to go in the first quarter are up by 14. It's 14-0 Wildcats. It's a great start of the game for the Wildcats and Coach Wilkinson. There's our Wildcat cheerleaders again. Breakdown of scoring. Burton gets us on the board first with a 5-yard touchdown plunge. And then 3 minutes later, Brennan Richardson with a 26-yard touchdown run for the Wildcats. Takes us 14-0. Jason Janot will kick off for the Wildcats. Dupree Holland and Kirsten Bacult back deep for the Bengals. There we go, the kickoff. Janot's going to squib kick again over. It's going to be Joe Monaco for the Bengals. And Monaco's going to be down at the 40-yard line of Barnegat. 2:57 to go in the first quarter. So Connor Lustenberger behind center. It's going to be a timeout. Barnegat. It's like the receivers weren't lined up correctly, switching sides, so coach called timeout before they got a penalty for delay of game. It'll be their first timeout of the game. Pinelands also used one already. Again, I want to welcome all our viewers that's streaming live with us right now. It's our Thanksgiving Day football game on Wednesday evening, the night before. Wildcats. Lutzenberger, quick pass out to Thomas Cray. Cray's going to be close to a first down. He's going to pick up 9. It'll bring up a 2nd and 1. Holland and Jacques Bacult split to the near side. Jake Schmitz in the backfield with Lutzenberger. Robbie Eagle with the almost interception. Lutzenberger faked the handoff to Schmitz and a quick pass over the center, broken up by Robbie Eagle. Handoff up the middle to Jake Schmitz. Schmitz is going to have enough for the first down. It'll move the chains. Ball's inside Pinelands' 45-yard line, just shy of the 44. Robbie Eagle on the tackle for the Wildcats. Bad snap. Schmitz is going to fall on it. Looks like he may have done something to his knee. He's going to hobble off the field. Let's hope he's okay. It was weird. It was a snap that went on the ground right to Schmitz. And Schmitz fell on the ground. Taking his helmet off, going over to the trainer's table. Looks like Alowin Dagne is in the backfield now for Barnegat. With Lutzenberger. There's a flag on the play. One of the receivers, looks like Hunter Morrow, moved a little early. One of the receivers on the near side of the field. That's an unexcusable penalty. All you have to do is watch the ball being snapped. It's going to be 2nd and 19. Ball at their own 46-yard line. Halloween Dagne in the back, in motion. Screen over to Hunter Morrow. Morrow has an opening down the center of the field. Hit hard by a Wildcat. It's going to be 89. Chris Lewis. Lewis really stuck him hard. He's going to get half the yardage back. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 8. What a hit by Chris Lewis. Lewis is 6'1", 165-pound junior.
3rd and 7 for the Bengals.
Come on, Chad!
Eagle in on the tackle. Dagne picks up maybe 2. It's going to bring up a 4th and 5 for Barnegat. Dagne leaves the game. Juan Xavier Abraham checks into the game. So Barnegat has 4 receivers. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. So at the end of 1, Wildcats lead 14-0. Wildcats pick up 2 touchdowns, one on Evan Burton, 5-yard run, and Brennan Richardson with a 26-yard touchdown run.
Oh, no. You know,
Beginning of the second quarter now. It'll be a 4th and 5 for Barnegat. Lutzenberger's pass is incomplete. It was intended for Becker. Over the outstretched hands, Eric Becker. So it's going to be Wildcat ball. 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
Good job, Robbie! Good job, defense! Woo-hoo!
Can you use? Hand off to Brennan Richardson. Richardson picks up 2s, hit hard. Tackle by Jake Schmitz. Bring up a 2nd and 8 for the Wildcat. Hand off to Richardson again. Richardson on his feet. Tackle by Eric Becker. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 5. Ball spotted at the 45 of the Wildcats. 10:53 to go in the first half.
Come on, Cat!
Evan Burton on the carry. It's going to be about a yard short. It's going to bring up a 4th and 1. It's going to be tackled by Dennis Sullivan and Jake Schmitz. We got Jake Schmitz down on the ground. Looks like he has a cramp in his leg. Just called for an official timeout. Looks like Schmitz is cramping up. That's why he left the game before. $14-0. 10:09 to go in the first half. Wildcats have a 4th and 1. Have to get to midfield. Have to get to the 50-yard line for a first down. Richardson back deep. Hand off to David Farrell. Looks like the spot, at least by the official on the near side, he's going to have enough. It's going to be enough for the first down. Be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at Barnegat's 49-yard line. Got Kyle Hara, Brennan Richardson, Garrett Brown, back to pass. Pass complete to Gennaro Paletta for a first down. We have 2 flags down here on the near side of the field. Let's see what's... Two flags on the near side of the field, right at the 45-yard line of Pinelands. Let's see what the call is. It doesn't look like they're going to move it against. Personal foul against Barnegat. It's going to be half the distance. The ball's going to be spotted at the 6-yard line of Barnegat. Garrett Brown is going to sprint left. He's going to take it himself, head for the 5. He's going to get knocked out inside the 5. But now we have another flag for a late hit. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 2.5. Referee Terry Barlow's over to explain the call to Barnegat's head coach. Kyle Hara, Brennan Richardson, and Evan Burton in the backfield with Garrett Brown.
asking you guys. She's asking you guys.
Touchdown, Wildcats! Kyle O'Hara with a 2-yard touchdown run. Jason Janot for the extra point. Tommy Madge on the hold. Janot's kick is up. And it's good. So with 8:47 to go in the first half, Pinelands 21, Barnegat 0. Kyle Harrer with his first touchdown of the evening. 2-yard run. And our Wildcat cheerleaders. And the music from our pep band. Pep band director, Brian Majoros. Jason Janot, the kickoff for the Wildcats. Dupree Holland back deep for the Wildcats. Back deep for the Bengals. I don't foresee Janot kicking deep. Hasn't yet. Janot's kick will be a short kick. Morrow along the right, up the center, has an opening. Oh, Morrow may go all the way. Let's see if he gets caught from behind. Nope, he's going all the way. 75-yard kickoff return.
Shake it off! Shake it off,
Lustenberger will be kicking the extra point for Barnegat.
Shake it off!
So Morrow took the kickoff 75 yards for a touchdown. Here's Lutzenberger's extra point attempt. It's going to be low, no good. So at 8:31 to go, Barnegat gets on the board. Barnegat 6, Pinelands Wildcats 21. We'll try this again with a kickoff from Janot. thank our cameraman upstairs, Kenny McKelvey, and our switcher in the booth, Sammy Moore, keeping our stats, keeping the scoreboard. Lutzenberger will be kicking off. It's a high, deep kick. Evan Burton now. Burton may take this one all the way. This will be an 80-yard kickoff return. No flags on the play. 80 yards for Evan Burton. Burton takes the kickoff, 80 yards. Not in for the extra point. Madge on the hold. Snap, kick is up. It's good. So at 8:17 to go, Wildcats are up 28-6. What a first half, people. Burton with 2 touchdowns, one of 5 yards, one of 80. Brennan Richardson has a 26-yard touchdown. Kyle Hare has a 2-yard touchdown. And Hunter Morrow from Barnegat has a 75-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Our score is 28-6. With still 8:17 to go in the first half. All right, Janot back deep to kick. It's going to be a squib kick. Taken off by number 3. Hunter Morrow again. Morrow finally brought down by number 38, Jake Weineck.
Morrow again on the return, brought down at the 40-yard line by Jake Weineck and Joe Parker.
Lustenberger back in the gun. Hands off to Morrow. Morrow around the right-hand side. Gets tripped up. He's going to pick up maybe 6 or 7. He's going to bring up a 2nd and 3 on the tackle. Ball spotted at Barnegat's own 46-yard line. Hand off to Morrow again. He's going to be just shy of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and a half a yard. Barnegat has to reach the 50-yard line midfield for their first down. 3rd and a half a yard. Lutzenberger in the gun. Carmona on the tackle. Lutzenberger keeps the ball. The quarterback keeper, it's enough for a first down. Needed one, got two. Goes in Wildcat territory at the Pinelands 49-yard line. So Lussenberger in the gun. Got three receivers to the near side. Lussenberger back, sprints out to the right. Doesn't have anybody. Going to be brought down for a loss. Robbie Eagle with the sack. Eagle will get credited for a sack. Morrow and Picoult split to the near side. Lustenberger in the gun. He's going to keep the ball himself over the right-hand side. Has an opening. Tackled by Kyle Hara. Lustenberger picks up 8, 9. He's going to bring up a 3rd and 2 for Barnegat. Again, we have twins to the near side, twins to the far side. Lustenberger in the gun. He's going to call his own number. It's going to be tackled by Evan Burton. It'll be close. Let's see where they spot it. It looks like it's going to be enough. Brandon Weedo also in on the tackle. It's going to be enough for a first down, so they're going to move the change. Got 4:53 to go in the first half. The clock is moving. Lussenberger hands off to Dupree Holland. Holland's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle by Kyle Hara on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for Barnegat. Lussenberger back to pass. Be a quick screen over to number 21, Thomas Cray. But Cray's going to be tackled. Oh, it's going to be an incomplete pass. Cray couldn't hold on to it. And David Farrell in on the play also for the Wildcats. Barnegat calls timeout. It's their 2nd. .358 to go in the first half. Wildcats up by 22. It's 28-6. Barnegat got on the board with a 75-yard touch kickoff return for a touchdown by Hunter Morrow. That's how Barnegat got on the board. Got a counter crisscross with the option of throwing. It's going to be number 3, Hunter Morrow on the pass. Back to Lustenberger, and it's going to be enough. It'll be enough for the first down. So a little bit of trickery. So Morrow with the completion. It'll bring up a Bengal first down. Ball sitting at the 20-yard line of Pinelands. 3:41 and counting on the clock. Lustenberger hands off. Kyle Harris comes out of the pile with the ball, but they're going to say his forward momentum was stopped. Ball spotted at the 19. It's going to be 2nd and 9. Got 3 receivers to the near side. Handoff to a Barnegat player. It's actually difficult to read Barnegat's numbers at certain parts at the field. It's like Halloween Diagny won the carry. Diagny picks up about a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9 for the Bengals. Again, we want to welcome all our viewers that are out there watching on our live stream. Thank you for joining us for our annual Thanksgiving Day tradition game. We're playing it a day early. The Pinelands Wildcats 4-5, and Barnegat Bengals are also 4-5. Lustenberger has an opening. He's going to get close inside the 5-yard line down at the 1. So he picks up 18 yards on a broken play. He scrambles for 18. So Barnegat creeping into Wildcat territory. They're down to the 1.
First and goal, Bengals, 1:30 to go in the half.
Halloween Diagny checks out of the game. Back deep is Dwight Smith for Barnegat. Lustenberger is going to take the ball himself for a touchdown.
All right, boys, shake it off.
See what happened because he's still up. I know. Can't really see that far.
So Lustenberger on a 1-yard carry. Morrow's the hold. Lustenberger's kick is up. And it's good. So it'll be 28-13. Pinelands with 1:15 to go. $1:15 to go in the first half. Wildcats up by 15. It's 28-13. Breakdown is scoring. In the first quarter, Evan Burton has a 5-yard run. Then Brennan Richardson scores with a 26-yard touchdown run to put the Wildcats up 14-0. Then the Wildcats go up 21-0. Kyle Harris with a 2-yard touchdown run. Following that touchdown, Hunter Morrow takes a 75-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. That makes it 21-6. The extra point was no good. And Evan Burton takes the following kickoff, 80 yards for a touchdown. And now with 1:14 to go in the first half, Connor Lustenberger with a 1-yard plunge. Our score is 28-13. So Lustenberger is going to kick off. It's a line drive kick. Nice catch by J.D. Harrison. Harrison's going to go up the middle around the 27-yard line. He's going to be tackled by number 15, Sean Madge. Madge on the tackle for Barnegat. So 1:07 to go in the first half. If you stick around at halftime, we'll have the Barnegat Bengal marching band performing and also the Pinelands Regional dance team performing at halftime. Handoff to David Farrell. Eric Becker on the tackle for Barnegat. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 8 for Pinelands. Handoff up the middle to Farrell again. Farrell's going to get stacked up. It's going to be tackled by Brandon Andrews. Andrews in on the tackle. Farrell's going to pick up 5. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4. So that's the first half. The Wildcats with a 15-point lead. They go in to the locker room. Again, you're going to hang with us. We will have the Barnegat marching band, and we also have the Pinelands Regional dance team. So stay with us.
been there. Last weekend, she did good, but she did volleyball and basketball. She did good. She didn't do so we leave, and she went up to the coaches like afterwards, and she said, "You know what? Like, they've been back and forth coaching, and I don't know. You don't know. Like the D1s, like she's not going to thrive. Like the D1s are not like they don't sign to you need all your SATs. You don't get that until you're good. You don't know. So she's basically really, this is really too much. She's like, yes, this is my dream. So that's what she's so that day she got a couple calls. They can reach out to you. It's illegal. NCSA, they were, just whatever. Anyway, so she emailed and said how much she loved it. She emailed back and said, "You do have to do this for like 13 you got it! Like, she needs 1350 or 1400 for the iPhone. She added 1600. She went in fine for the doctor year. So she's already said, that's what I need to do. I don't know, where do I stand?
Give a great round of applause for the Barnegat Bengal marching band. And now on the field is our own Wildcat dance team. JT and your dance team.
Welcome back for the second half of Barnegat Bengals and Pinelands Regional Wildcat football. It's our annual Thanksgiving football game, played a day early on Wednesday evening. So the beginning of the third quarter, the Wildcats are up 28-13. Jason Janot will be kicking off for the Wildcats. It's going to be a line drive squib. It's like picked up by number 81 of Barnegat, Jacques Picot. Going to be tackled by 89, Chris Lewis. So Barnegat will take over possession at their own 35-yard line. Connor Lustenberger under center. One of the few times he actually took a direct snap. Along the right-hand side, Hunter Morrow has an opening around the right-hand side, finally brought down by Brennan Richardson, but not until he picks up 25 yards. It'll be 1st and 10 Barnegat at Pinelands' 41-yard line. Hands off to Morrow again over the left-hand side. Has an opening. It's going to be a face mask call on John George. George on the tackle, but got caught in the face mask on the tackle. It's going to be a 15-yard face mask penalty. Not the way you want to open up the second half. It's a personal foul, 15 yards on the call. Ball's going to be spotted at the Wildcats 17. 11-11 in the third quarter. Lustenberger under center. Spent most of the first half in the shotgun. He's going to sprint right. Doesn't have anybody going to come back to the left. He's going to get hit hard by Evan Burton. We have a flag down on the play.
Lustenberger on the scramble, brought down by number 24, Evan Burton.
Just the way the Pinelands players are pointing, it looks like it's going to be against Barnegat. Let's see. They're picking up the flag. No penalty on the play. I think Coach Wilk wants an excuse. Wants the reasoning from referee Terry Barlow. So it's going to be 2nd and 8. Ball's just at the 16-yard line. So Lustenberger picks up 2. Hands off to Morrow again. Morrow's going to get down to the 11. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 3 for Barnegat. Pineland senior David Farrell in on the tackle. Farrell excelling on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. Lustenberger hands, fumbles. Morrow drops the ball. but he falls back down on top. It's going to bring up a 4th down.
Morrow dives on it.
Gets back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up a 4th and 4.
4th and 4 for the Bengals. 9:40 to go in the 3rd quarter.
They have to get inside the 8-yard line for a 1st down. Lussenberger hands off to Morrow again. Morrow finds an opening. He's going to have enough for the 1st down, so it's going to be a 1st and goal at the 5.
Gets to the 5-yard line. Good for Bengals 1st down.
Nick Carmona checking out of the game. Robbie Reeves checks in. Hand off to Morrow again. Morrow stumbling, gets hit. Rob Reeves trips him up. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up a 2nd and goal from the 5. So the first half, Lussenberger took most of his snaps from the shotgun. Second half, he's under center. Pass incomplete. Looks like the pass was deflected at line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up a 3rd and goal. Ball placed at the 5, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. 3rd and goal from the 5. 8:18 to go in the 3rd quarter. Wildcats up 28-13. So Lussenberger back in the shotgun. Oh, flag. Like we have movement on the offensive line. Let's see what the call is. It's a false start on Barnegat. It's going to back them up 5 yards. So it'll bring up a 3rd and goal from the 10. It's 4-down territory. We also know Lussenberger can kick, so they can kick a field goal. But down by 15, I see him going for it. Lussenberger back to pass. Sprints out to the right. Finally hit out of bounds. Over there is Brandon Weedo, Kyle Hare, and Evan Burton over there.
4th and goal. The Bengals will line up for a field goal.
So the ball spotted at the 6-yard line. It's going to be a 22-yard field goal. The ball kick is up, and it's good. So a 22-yard field goal with Lussenberger.
With 8:05 remaining quarter. The Barnegat Bengals 16. The Pinelands Wildcats 28.
So Barnegat, first one's on the board in the second half with a 22-yard field goal from Connor Lussenberger. Harrison, Burton, and Richard back deep. It's going to be a line drive. We have a flag on the play from the far sideline. It's going to be an offsides on Barnegat. Moves the ball back to the 35-yard line. Here we go on the kickoff from Lustenberger. Hits it high. It's going to be J.D. Harrison at his own 18-yard line. So Harrison gets tackled by number 15, Sean Maddage. We have Farrell, Kyle Herrer, and Evan Burton in the backfield. Burton in motion, hands off to Burton. On the right-hand side, has an opening. It's going to pick up 4. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Wildcats. Ball spotted at the 36. So Burton picks up 3 on that. So it'll bring up a 2nd and 7 for the Wildcats. Hand off to Burton again along the right-hand side. Has an opening. It's going to be tackled by Brian Ewan. Ewan on the tackle.
Burton on the carry. Brought down by number 32, Brian Ewan. Gain of 8 on the play. Good for Wildcat. First down.
So the Wildcats pick up a first down. Garrett Brown under center. Takes the handoff. Over to Burton again. Burton's going to pick up maybe 6, possibly 7. He picks up 8 on the play. Gets a nice spot. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 2 for the Wildcats. Kyle Herrer checks out. Brennan Richardson checks in the game for the Wildcats. .607 in the third quarter. Hand off to Evan Burton. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe lose a half a yard. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 3. Ball spotted right at midfield. They have to get down inside the 46-yard line for a first down. Between the 47 and 46. It's 3rd down. Garrett Brown under center. Hands off to Brennan Richardson. Richardson moves around. He's going to be close to a first down, depending on the spot. We're going to have an official's timeout for a measurement I'd say he's about a foot short. And I was right. It's about a foot short. It's going to bring up a 4th down and a foot for the Wildcats. So if I know Coach Wilkinson, we'll be going for it on this 4th down. So 5:16 to go in the 3rd quarter. We got Burton, Farrell, and Richardson in the backfield. Hand off to Farrell. We have a flag on the play. It's going to be a false start against Pinelands. So it's going to bring up a 4th and 5.5 yards. 5 yards and 2 feet. And it looks like Wildcats are going to punt. Richardson punt's going to be short. They get a little bit of a bounce. It's going to be downed by Jason Janot at the 35-yard line. So Barnegat's going to take over possession at their own 35-yard line. We have 4:42 to go in the 3rd quarter. Evan Burton with 2 touchdowns. Kyle Harrer with 1. Brennan Richardson with 1. Hunter Morrow picks up a touchdown, as well as Connor Lutzenberger. Lutzenberger also had a 22-yard field goal for Barnegat. So Lutzenberger in the gun. Back to pass. Sends it long. For Jacques Picoult. Picoult was wide open in the secondary, all the way down inside Wildcat territory, inside the 21. So 44-yard gain, 44-yard pass completion from Lutzenberger to Jacques Picoult. Picoult split far to the wide side. Hunter Morrow gets outside, going to be brought down by David Farrell and Brennan Richardson.
Morrow on the sweep, brought down by number 40, David Farrell, and number 19, Brennan.
Farrell stood him up, and Richardson came over and gave him a good shot and knocked him out of bounds. It's going to be a 2nd and 8 for the Bengals. Picoult and Morrow to the near side. Lustenberger back to pass, looking, no one open. Looks like Juan Xavier Abraham, 18-yard touchdown. So Xavier Abraham for an 18-yard touchdown pass.
Good for a Bengal touchdown. Lustenberger's kick is good.
Been corrected. Dwight Smith. It's difficult to read the Barnegat's numbers. They blend in real well. It was either Dwight Smith or Juan Xavier Abraham. So Barnegat making it a tight game. They're only down by 5 now. 28-23 with 3:49 to go in the third quarter. So at one point, the Wildcats are up 21-0 with 8:49 to go in the second quarter. Barnegat's making a game out of this. So Lustenberger to kick. High, deep kick. Evan Burton. Up the center, has an opening. Finally brought down by number 24, Eric Becker. So Becker tackles him at the Wildcats' 34-yard line.
At the 34-yard line, first and 10 Wildcats, 3:36 remaining, third quarter.
.335 to go in the third quarter. Wildcats up by 5, 28-23. Garrett Brown under center. Hands off to Evan Burton. Burton's going to pick up maybe 4. Ball's going to be spotted at the 38-yard line. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 6.
804 brought down by number 56, Anthony Grimes.
Grimes in on the tackle for Barnegat.
Ball spotted at the
Backfield now. Burton takes the carry. He's going to pick up maybe a yard and a half. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4. J.D. Harrison checks out. David Farrell checks back into the game. Garrett Brown comes over to the sideline, gets the call, gets the play, comes back to the huddle. Farrell, Hera, and Burton in the backfield. Garrett Brown under center. Farrell comes up to the line of scrimmage. Hands off to Evan Burton. Burton stumbles around. He's going to be about a half a yard short of a first down. So it's going to bring up 4th and a half a yard. Ball spotted at the 44. They got to get just inside the 45-yard line. Looks like they're going to call for a measurement. I still think they're going to be a half a yard short.
short by half a yard. Ladies and gentlemen, your champion crew of this evening's action. Mr. Bob Flanagan, Mr. Alan Lee, and on the box, Alan Lee.
So Wildcats about a half a yard, maybe 12 inches short of a first down. Handoff to David Farrell. Farrell has enough. He's going to get close to 10 yards on the carry. So enough for the first down.
Gain of 10 in the Bengal territory. That's good for a Wildcat. First down.
Farrell tackled by Eric Becker of Barnegat. Becker is a senior, 5'10", 200-pound linebacker. So the ball spotted inside Barnegat's territory on the 45. Hara and Burton in the backfield. Hand off to Evan Burton. Up the middle. Burton still moving. He's going to pick up 5. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 5. We have 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Clock is counting. Ball spotted at the 40. Richardson. Garrett Brown under center. Hand off to Richardson. Tackled by Juan Xavier Abraham. Wildcats have a 3rd and 3. Ball is inside the 40-yard line. They have to get to the 35 for a first down. That'll be the end of the third quarter. So the Wildcats up by 5, 28, and the Barnegat Bengals 23. Barnegat's come back, making a game of this. Again, at one point, the Wildcats were up 21-0.
Number 19,
Brennan Richardson takes the handoff. Ball spotted at the 35. It's going to be just short of about a foot. It's going to be 4th and less than a yard for Pinelands. A lot of our alumni back for tonight's game. Our recent graduates are coming back to say hello to everyone. We have flag again on the play. It's going to be against Pinelands. Illegal procedure. It's the second time they've had 4th and inches that they've had a flag called.
Flag on the play.
There's a flag flown, but there's some confusion on the field. Coach Wilkinson's not happy with the call on the field. So the punt team gets on the field. Brennan Richardson back deep to punt. Going to get a roll out of this. Ball's going to be touched at the 16-yard line.
At the Bengals 16-yard line.
10-12 to go in the game. Lustenberger in the gun. Takes the snap, back to pass. Doesn't find anybody. Tackled by Evan Burton. He's going to pick up maybe 2. Nice open field tackle by Evan Burton, assisted by Robbie Eagle. Lustenberger under center. Hands off to number 8, Kirsten Bicolt. Bicolt's going to have enough for the first down. It's going to be spotted at the 33-yard line. Lustenberger back. Going to be a quick screen over to Morrow. Morrow is open field. Could go. Finally brought down by Brennan Richardson. We have a flag on the far side of the field. It's going to be a personal foul against Pinelands. So the ball's going to be moved half the distance to the goal line. So the ball spotted at the Wildcat 5-yard line. We have 8:13 to go in the game. Wildcats up 28-23. Hand off to Hunter Morrow. Morrow is going to be tackled at the line of scrimmage by David Farrell.
By number 40, Dave Farrell. Gain of a yard. It'll be second and goal. Ball at the 4-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 4. It's going to be second and goal. 7:33 to go in the game. Dwight Smith back deep. Farrell again in on the tackle. Smith down inside the 2. It's going to bring up a 3rd and goal.
Ball spotted at the 2-yard line.
Dwight Smith back deep for Barnegat. Lustenberger's going to keep the ball himself, calls his own number, touchdown. Connor Lustenberger. So Lustenberger puts the Bengals up by 1, 29-28, with 6:30 to go. They're going to go for 2. Handoff to Smith is going to get tripped up in the backfield. 2-point conversion is unsuccessful. So it's going to be 28-29, Barnegat.
With 6:30 remaining, the Barnegat Bengals 29, Pinelands Wildcats
6:30 to go. Barnegat up by 1, 29-28. Back deep for the Wildcats, J.D. Harrison, Evan Burton. and Brennan Richardson. Connor Lustenberger going to be kicking off. 6:30 to go in the game. Barnegat up 29-28. Deep kick. Looks like J.D. Harrison. Harrison up the middle, has an opening. Finally brought down at the 38-yard line. Harrison with a great kickoff return. Brought the ball up to their own 37-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Wildcats. Like Brennan Richardson on the counter crisscross. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe pick up a half a yard. It's going to bring up a 2nd and a long 9. Handoff to Evan Burton. Burton's going to be close to a 1st down, depending on the spot. Looks like he's about a half a yard short. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 1. Kyle Harris checking into the game. Brennan Richardson checking out. 3rd and 1 for the Wildcats. Handoff up the middle. It's going to be enough for the 1st down. Ball spotted directly at midfield. Kyle Harrer on the carry. You got Farrell, Burton, and Richardson in the backfield. We got timeout, Wildcats. It's going to be their 1st of the 2nd half. So at 4:07 left to go in the game, Wildcats down by 1. Barnegat with a great comeback, down by 21 in the 2nd quarter. Now they come back, take a 1-point lead in the 4th quarter. So 1st and 10 Wildcats from midfield. Handoff to Brennan Richardson. Richardson's going to pick up 1. Down to the 49-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 9 for the Wildcats. Pitch to Brennan Richardson. Excuse me, Evan Burton. Burton's only going to get a yard. It's going to bring a 3rd and 8. Gary Brown back to pass. He's going to throw it out of bounds. It's going to bring 4th and 8 for the Wildcats. Let's see if they go for it or they punt. J.D. Harrison checks in the game. Brennan Richardson checks out. Garrett Brown gets the call from the sideline. 2:54 to go in the game. Wildcats down by 1. Barnegat up 29-28. Low snap, back to pass. Throws it. Intended for J.D. Harrison. It's going to be incomplete. And Barnegat's going to take over on possession. The offensive line gave some beautiful protection. Garrett Brown sat back in the pocket. Beautiful throw, just a little high over J.D. Harrison's stretched out hands. So 2:41 to go. Barnegat takes over at their own 48-yard line. It's our traditional Thanksgiving game. Both teams 4-5. Lustenberger takes the direct snap, tackled by Nick Carmona. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. The worst part about it, the clock is moving. It's 2:20, 2:19 and counting. Pinelands has 2 timeouts left. .205 on the clock. Hand off to Eric Becker. Becker's going to pick up 2. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. Looks like we have a timeout on the field. That'll be Pineland's 2nd timeout. They have 1 remaining. 1:54 on the clock. Wildcats down by 1, 29-28. A quick recap of the scoring. Evan Burton gets on the board first with a 5-yard run, followed by Brennan Richardson with a 26-yard run. That puts the Wildcats up 14-0. Second quarter, Kyle Harrer with a 2-yard run. That makes it 21-0. And Hunter Morrow takes a kickoff return 75 yards. So here we go, 1:54. Hands off to Becker. Becker's tripped up. Evan Burton trips him up. It's going to be 4th down. Pinelands calls timeout. That's their final timeout. We have 1:50 to go. Wildcats need the hold to have any chance of going down the score. Want to recognize all the seniors playing tonight for both teams, Barnegat and Pinelands. For many of them, it'll be their last high school game ever. Here we go. 4th and 5. It'll be a quick kick. The ball's going to roll down to almost the 10-yard line with 1:39 to go in the game. So the Wildcats are going to have to go 90 yards to win the game. So here we go. 1:39 to go in the game. Ball's at the 10-yard line. Wildcats need to go 90. Garrett Brown back to pass. Pass intended for Burton is complete, enough for the first down. Ball to the 25-yard line. 15-yard pass completion. We got a timeout on the field. We have a Barnegat player down on the field. Looks like Becker, number 32. Check that, Brian Ewing. There we go. Officials asked to add 4 seconds to the clock, so we went from 1:26 to 1:30. Ball spotted on the 25. Now the clock is running. Garrett back to pass, has pressure, scrambling out, pass intended. It's going to be incomplete, looking for pass interference, but no call on the play. Burton wanted a flag. Pass was broken up by number 46, Dennis Sullivan. $1:18 to go on the clock. We have a flag on the play, illegal procedure against Pinelands. It's going to back them up 5, back to the 20-yard line. Ball spotted at the 20. Need to go 80 yards. 1:18 left to go in the game. He's going to scramble and get out of bounds. Garrett Brown scrambles, gets out of bounds. Stops the clock with 1 minute and 10 seconds. Ball spotted at the 30. They have 3rd and 5. Pass to Evan Burton. Burton's going to get pushed out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Picks up 4, but he stops the clock. It's going to bring up a 4th a 4th down and 1. It's going to bring up a 4th and 1. Burton knocked out of bounds by Charlie Cotton on the play. So with 1:02 left in the game, Barnegat up by 1, 29-28. Barnegat takes a timeout. Ball spotted at the 34-yard line. 1:02 left in the game. Fourth and 1. Hand off to David Farrell. He's going to have enough for the 1st down. It'll stop the clock to move the chains. 57.4 seconds. They'll wind the clock. 55 seconds. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. Burton gets up to the 44. They got to move 40 seconds and counting. Spikes the ball. Stops the clock with 34.3 seconds to go in the game. Tommy Madge and J.D. Harrison split to the near side. Pass intended for David Farrell, incomplete. It'll bring up a 4th and 4 with 31.2 seconds remaining in the game. J.D. Harrison checks out. Kyle Hera checks back in the game. Also, David Farrell checks back out. Harrison checks back in. Here we go. This is the game. Bad snap, rolls it on the ground. Throws it up. Oh, we got a flag on the play. Pass intended for Tommy Madge. He was tackled with the ball about 5 yards in front of him. So it'll be pass interference against Barnegat.
A 15-yard penalty from the original spot.
25.2 seconds to go. It's going to bring the ball to the 41-yard line of Barnegat. It's going to bring up a 1st and 10. Ball at the 41. 25.2 seconds to go. Pass intended for Burton. He gets out of bounds. They stopped the clock. I have 2 officials, one winding the clock and one stopping the clock. 17.9 seconds. 2nd and 4 for the Wildcats. Ball's at the 36-yard line. Low throw. Pass was intended for Gennaro Belletta. It was incomplete low. It'll bring up a 3rd and 4. 15.1 seconds to go. Any pass now, they have to get out of bounds to stop the clock or get in the end zone. J.D. Harrison split to the far side. Tommy Madge to the near side. Pass intended for J.D. Harrison. It's complete. They got to get on the ball. They got to move the chains. Ball is spotted at the 25-yard line. With 7.4 seconds. Looks like we're going for a 42-yard field goal. Jason Janot. Janot is going for a 42-yard field goal with Tommy Madge holding. Barnegat just called their final timeout. .4 seconds. Wildcats down by 1. Jason Janot will be attempting a 43-yard field goal. With the hold of Tommy Madge. We have another timeout. Barnegat. Barnegat takes their 3rd and final timeout. Now they're not going to kick the field goal. .4 seconds to go. Pass is incomplete. We have 0.1 seconds. Looks like they're going to put 4 seconds back on the clock. So here we go. We're going for a 43, Jason John, 43-yard field goal. Here we go. It's up. It's not long enough. And that'll be the game. Barnegat wins by 1. Final score 29-28. We're going to thank our camera, Kenny McKelvey, upstairs. And in the booth here, Sammy Moore. Want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving.